Ever wondered what it's like to live in one of the world's most remote and rugged countries? Welcome to Mongolia, a land where the skies feel endless, the winds whisper across vast grassy plains, and the people live in harmony with the wild. Here, ancient traditions still shape modern lives. Nomadic families move with the seasons, setting up cozy round tents called gers, while their children learn to ride horses before they can even write their names. In this video, we'll journey through Mongolia's breathtaking landscapes, from the rolling steppes to the icy edges of the Gobi Desert. You'll discover what daily life is like for nomads, taste the country's unique foods, and learn how people survive the bone-chilling winters. Get ready to meet wild horses, golden eagles, and centuries-old customs that still thrive today. So are you ready to explore Mongolia with us? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing adventures from around the world. Mongolia is one of the most unique places on Earth, and here's why. First, it's one of the world's least densely populated countries, about 2 people per square kilometer, offering more sky, more silence, and more space than almost anywhere else. That means more space, more sky, and more silence than you've probably ever experienced. It's also home to amazing animals like the 2-humped Bactrian camel and the takhi, Przewalski's horse, the world's last truly wild horse. Once extinct in the wild, about 500–900 takhi now roam free in reintroduction zones like Hustai National Park, Great Gobi B, and Komintal. A new site, Valley of Monasteries in Nomad province, is set to welcome more in 2026. And of course, we can't forget Genghis Khan. Over 800 years ago, he built the largest land empire in history, and today you can visit a giant silver statue of him standing 40 meters tall near the capital. In Mongolia, history and wild nature live side by side. Mongolia's geography is as dramatic as its history. The country sits high on a vast plateau, with towering mountains, endless plains, and the legendary Gobi Desert stretching across the south. To the west rise the snow-capped Altai Mountains, where golden eagles soar and glaciers gleam under the sun. Mongolia has one of the harshest climates on Earth, but even the toughest animals can't always survive the worst winters. In 2023–2024, a devastating dzud killed over 7 million livestock, nearly 10% of the national herd, pushing many herders to abandon the steppe. Winters are long, dry, and bitterly cold. Temperatures often fall below -40 degrees. The coldest ever recorded was 55.6 degrees in Uvis province, near the Russian border. But summers swing the other way, bringing dry heat and blue skies. Because of these extremes, people and animals here have learned to adapt in truly incredible ways. Experts say climate change and overgrazing are making these deadly winters more frequent and harder to survive. This rugged landscape may look empty, but it's full of stories waiting to be told. Mongolia's wild heart beats in its untouched landscapes and rare animals. One of its most famous creatures is the takhi, a small, strong wild horse with a thick neck and a sandy coat. Thought to be extinct at one point, these amazing animals were reintroduced into the wild and now roam free in places like Hustai National Park. In the snowy peaks of the Altai Mountains, elusive snow leopards stalk silently through the rocks, while golden eagles ride the mountain winds. These majestic birds aren't just wild, they're also hunting partners in ancient Kazakh traditions. The Gobi Desert may seem lifeless, but it hides wonders like the rare Gobi bear, desert gazelles, and tough little plants that survive with almost no water. To protect all this natural beauty, Mongolia has created a network of national parks and protected areas. Conservation groups work alongside local people to protect habitats and teach the next generation to care for the land. In Mongolia, nature is not just scenery, it's a way of life. In Mongolia's capital, Ulaanbaatar, ancient and modern worlds meet. You can visit Gandan Monastery, where monks chant prayers under golden roofs, and stroll across Sukbatar Square, where statues of Genghis Khan remind everyone of the country's powerful past. Far from the city lies the Orkhon Valley, a peaceful river plain that was once the heart of the Mongol Empire. Today it's filled with ruins, sacred sites, and open skies that stretch for miles. The Gobi Desert isn't just sand. It's a place of towering dunes, dinosaur fossils, and even frozen rivers in winter. In the north, you'll find hidden volcanic lakes like Lake Turkin-Sagan, surrounded by lava fields and grazing yaks. Whether you're hiking through grassy steppes or climbing rocky cliffs, Mongolia's landscapes feel like they're from another world. Food in Mongolia is hearty and full of tradition. Try booze, juicy dumplings stuffed with meat and steamed to perfection. Or sip airag, a fizzy, slightly sour drink made from fermented mare's milk, a Nomad's summertime favorite. Meals are often cooked over open fires in gers, using local meat, flour and dairy. Mongolian cooking isn't fancy, but it's full of warmth and family flavor. Mongolia loves to celebrate with style and strength. The Naadam Festival is the biggest event of the year, featuring the three manly sports: wrestling, horse racing and archery. Kids race horses across open fields, and crowds cheer under the summer sun. In Western Mongolia, the Eagle Hunting Festival shows off the bond between Kazakh hunters and their golden eagles. These birds aren't pets, they're partners in tradition. Mongolia's culture is shaped by open land, deep belief and centuries of tradition. Most Mongolians still carry the spirit of nomadism, moving seasonally to find fresh grass for their animals. Families live in round felt tents called gers, built to withstand strong winds and freezing nights. Inside, life is simple but full of warmth. A stove at the center, beds along the edges, and always a pot of milk tea ready to share. Shamanism, one of the country's oldest belief systems, connects people to nature and ancestral spirits. You'll also find Tibetan Buddhism practiced widely, with temples, monks and prayer flags fluttering across the landscape. One modern nomadic family we met still travels by horseback. The father herds yaks, the mother makes yogurt and sews, and their children study using solar-powered tablets. Their gear has no Wi-Fi, but plenty of stories, laughter and love. In Mongolia, culture isn't kept in museums. It's lived every single day. In Mongolia, daily life is closely tied to nature. Many families still herd animals like sheep, goats, yaks and camels. They move with the seasons, always searching for greener pastures. Kids help with chores from a young age, and some even ride horses to school across long stretches of open land. Out in the countryside, hospitality is a way of life. It's common for strangers to be welcomed into a ger with a warm smile, hot tea and fresh dairy treats. Visitors are never turned away. Whether you're staying for 5 minutes or 5 days, Mongolians make sure you feel like part of the family. Mongolia's economy stands on 3 strong pillars: mining, livestock and tourism. The country has rich natural resources like copper, coal and gold. At the same time, millions of animals, more than people, provide meat, wool and milk that support rural life. The cost of living in Mongolia is generally low, especially outside the capital. Many families grow or raise what they need, making money stretch further. One surprising change? Even in remote areas, mobile banking is booming. Thanks to smartphones and solar chargers, herders can send money, pay bills, and manage savings without leaving the steppe. Mongolia is blending old ways with new tools every day. Mongolia's history is legendary, especially thanks to one man, Genghis Khan. In the 1200s, he united warring tribes and built the Mongol Empire, the largest land empire the world has ever seen. His army rode across Asia and Europe, changing history forever. Centuries later, Mongolia came under Soviet influence, which brought schools, factories and communism, but also strict control over religion and culture. In 1990, peaceful protests led to a democratic revolution. Mongolia held its first free elections and began building a new future. Today, Mongolians are proud of their past and determined to shape their own story in the modern world. Mongolia is a democratic country with free elections and a president elected by the people. Its government balances tradition with progress, but that's not always easy. One big challenge is the divide between nomadic life and fast-growing cities like Ulaanbaatar. Severe dzuds have forced many herders to migrate to the city after losing their animals. Ulaanbaatar's Gur districts are now home to thousands of former nomads struggling with pollution, poverty, and a rapidly changing way of life. Many families are leaving the steppe for jobs and schools in the city, causing overcrowding and pollution. At the same time, climate change and mining put pressure on the environment and rural communities. Mongolia's leaders face tough choices, but the people's strong connection to land and heritage remains a powerful guide. Thinking of traveling to Mongolia? Here's what you need to know. The best time to visit is between June and September, when the weather is warmest and roads are more accessible. Summer also brings lush green landscapes and exciting festivals. Getting around can be an adventure itself. There are a few domestic flights, but most travelers rely on shared jeeps that bump along dirt roads between towns and gurs. And here's a big tip: pack warm clothes even in summer. Nights can still be cold, especially in the mountains or desert. Mongolia is a place where being prepared means more fun and fewer surprises. Mongolia is generally a safe country for travelers, with friendly locals and low crime rates. But it's important to be ready for the challenges of remote travel. Distances are long, roads can be rough, and healthcare in rural areas is very limited. Always bring a good first aid kit and any personal medicine you might need. Also, be prepared for altitude changes and extreme cold, even in summer. In Mongolia, staying safe means staying smart and planning ahead. Education in Mongolia is adapting to a moving lifestyle. Some nomadic children attend boarding schools in town, while others join mobile schools that travel with herding families, bringing teachers and lessons right to the steppe. Internet access is growing fast, even in rural areas, thanks to mobile networks and solar power. Still, many roads are unpaved and travel can be slow. Mongolia is working hard to connect its people, without losing the freedom that makes its way of life so unique. From snow-capped mountains to golden deserts, Mongolia is a land of wild beauty, strong cultural pride, and deep nomadic roots. It's a place where ancient traditions live on, and nature shapes every part of life. So, would you brave Mongolia's winter to see its magic up close? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing adventures from around the globe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.